Welcome. With every single breath you take, something pretty incredible is happening inside your body. It's like an amazing air swap that keeps you alive and kicking. Today, we're going to explore this super important process known as human gas exchange.
Okay, so here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to look at what gas exchange even is, who's on the team making it happen, where this big swap takes place, how it all works, and, this is the big one, why it matters so much.
All right, first things first, what is gas exchange anyway? Well, you can think of it as your body's most important trade deal. It's happening silently, right now, every single second.
To put it really simply, it's just a swap. Your body takes in the good stuff it needs to live, that's oxygen, or O2, and it gets rid of the waste it doesn't want, which is carbon dioxide, CO2. It's a constant trade. Good air in, bad air out.
So here's why that's so crucial. Think of your cells like tiny engines. They need oxygen for fuel to create energy. But just like a car engine makes exhaust, your cells make a waste product, carbon dioxide. And if that stuff builds up, it's actually toxic, kind of like a poison for your body. So how does this whole swap happen? Well, it's not a one-man show, that's for sure. It takes some really amazing teamwork from two major systems in your body working together perfectly.
Let's meet the team. On one side, you've got the respiratory system. Its job is to breathe air in and out, basically managing the place where the swap happens. Then you have the circulatory system. This is your body's delivery service. It uses your blood to carry that fresh oxygen to all your cells and then brings the carbon dioxide waste back. See? Neither one could do the job alone.
Okay, so we know the team, but where exactly is this big trade going down? Let's zoom in and find the spot.
The main stage for this whole performance is deep down inside your lungs. Every time you take a breath, you're sending a fresh supply of air right to this super important location.
But you know what? We can get even more specific. The real magic isn't just in the lungs. It's inside millions and millions of tiny bubble-like air sacs. They're called alveoli. You have hundreds of millions of them. Now, wrapped around each one of those little air sacs is a whole web of even tinier blood vessels called capillaries. Think of them as the tiny little side streets for your blood. And here's the really cool part. The walls of both the air sacs and the capillaries are incredibly thin. We're talking just one single cell thick. And that's the whole secret right there. It makes it super easy for the gases to just pass right through.
Okay, so we've got the team and the location. Now for the how. What's the secret power that makes this whole thing work, all without you even having to think about it?
It's a good question, right? How does the oxygen know to jump into the blood and the carbon dioxide know to jump out? It's not like there's a tiny traffic cop in there pointing the way.
The answer is this really cool, natural process called diffusion. All it means is that things naturally move from a place that's really crowded to a place that's less crowded. They just spread out. And the best part for your body? It costs zero energy. It just happens all by itself.
And this is exactly why it works so well. When you breathe in, your little air sacs, the alveoli, get totally packed or crowded with oxygen. At the exact same time, the blood showing up at your lungs has very little oxygen because it just dropped it all off. So what happens? The oxygen automatically moves from the crowded space, the lungs, into the less crowded space, the blood. Easy as that.
So let's trace the whole journey together, step by step. 1, you breathe in, and your alveoli fill up with lots of oxygen. 2, that oxygen diffuses. It just moves naturally from the crowded lungs into the not-so-crowded blood. 3, your blood then acts like a delivery truck, taking that oxygen to every single cell in your body. Now for the return trip. 4, the blood picks up the waste, the carbon dioxide from your cells. 5, the blood now crowded with CO2 brings it back to the lungs, where the CO2 diffuses out into the less crowded air sacs. And finally, step 6, you breathe out, getting rid of that CO2 for good. It's a perfect continuous loop.
So we've covered the what, the who, the where, and the how, which really just leaves the biggest question of them all. Why? Why is this quiet little process so unbelievably important?
Well, to put it simply, this process is your actual lifeline. It's how you get oxygen from the air into your blood. It's how you get that toxic carbon dioxide waste out of your body. It's what keeps every one of your trillions of cells alive and working. And the most amazing part? It does all of this for free, without using up any of your energy.
Let that idea just sink in for a second. Without this simple, natural movement of molecules from a crowded spot to a less crowded spot, well, life as we know it just wouldn't be possible. Our bodies just couldn't work.
It's something we literally never think about, but it's happening right now as you listen to my voice with every breath you take. It's that silent, amazing air swap that makes your life possible. So, thanks for diving into this with me. Maybe next time you take a big breath, you'll think about that incredible little journey.